So CNN just did a expose on Alligator Alcatraz. Did you know that the inmates are being tortured because they were out of air conditioning for an afternoon? A whole afternoon. Oh, and wait, did you hear the inmates there? They have hot showers. Oh, how dare they? They say they're being tortured. Is that right? Tortured by having access to hot showers and air conditioning. Not to mention their food. Have you guys seen their food? CNN and the left-wing content creators are like, oh, they're being tortured. It's like a concentration camp. Wow. Did I mention they have air conditioning and good food and hot showers? Huh. Because any of the women that I was in the Ohio Reformatory for Women can corroborate this story. Not only did we have mainstream media coverage when we had maggots in our food, we were calling home and everything. And guess how quickly that was solved? Well, 2 months. Yeah, we had to deal with that for 2 months. Not to mention when we had zero hot water and we all had to take cold showers, and we were actually timed. We could not take a very cold, ice cold shower for longer than 3 minutes. The COs would stand there with a stopwatch. The food. Do you want to talk about the food inside the penal system? Because if you don't get commissary, not only are you starving, but it's absolutely inedible. The food that was in the kitchen was labeled farm feed with an expiration date of like 30 years. Air conditioning. Do you think we have air conditioning in any prison in America? You know there's 26 of them just in Ohio, right? Guess how many of them have air conditioning? 0. Yeah, you can buy a fan off a commissary. So these inmates are complaining they're being tortured with hot showers, and their air conditioning was out for a whole afternoon, and their portions, they're not used to getting such smaller portions. You want to talk about small portions? Try drinking your milk from a bag. The only thing that was edible in the Ohio Reformatory for Women was not only the food that, if you were lucky enough to get commissary, but the chicken patties. That was it, and I guarantee you that wasn't chicken patties. We didn't have air conditioning. We hardly had hot showers. And I have a bone to pick with some of the women that I was in Ohio Reformatory for Women, so if this was you, well, defecating in the showers, gross. Absolutely disgusting that we had to call a biohazard team at least 4 times a month because y'all had a visit of a lifetime where you had to poo in the shower to siphon through your poo so you can get your contraband that was smuggled in. It blows my ever-loving minds. They're complaining about hot showers. The left and the mainstream media is comparing Alligator Alcatraz to Auschwitz. You know, I ran into liberals in St. Petersburg. They couldn't spell alligator. You know that, right? The lady spelled it Alagator, but she spelled Auschwitz right. These inmates are complaining. They're complaining. You are in this country illegally. Oh, did I? Oh, forgive me. I know they're used to luxurious accommodations and 5-star hotels while our veterans and our Americans sleep on the streets. Family separation. There are millions of Americans inside the prison system. What about their family separation? I'm over here like you. I did 3 years in prison. Guess what? Did we get pillows? No, we had to take our state-issued jacket and roll it up and hopefully find a pillowcase of somebody who was possibly leaving before us so we can grab their pillowcase. We didn't get a pillowcase. We got a mat that was about that thick, and every single one of us had a bunkie. Every single one of us had a bunkie, and if you were on the bottom bunk or the top bunk, it didn't matter because if your bunkie so much as moved a centimeter, it felt like you were in an earthquake. They're mad about their food. Did you see the portions that they get? Not only the portions do they get, but they're getting fresh fruit, fresh vegetables. They're getting chicken and all kinds of... Man, let me just tell you something. The food that we were forced to eat, not only did you get breakfast at like 4 a.m., but then lunch was at 12, and then dinner was at 4:30, and then you weren't eating again until 4 o'clock in the morning. Did I mention we had to drink our milk from a bag? Yeah, we did. Oh, they say there's not enough drinking water. Well, you know what we drink out of? The same receptacle. The water where our toilet came out of. So, do I care about these people on Alligator Alcatraz? No. I hope they get out of here quick. You know what I do care about? I care that our fellow Americans are in the prison system dealing with family separation. Some don't have anything to eat, but they don't say nothing about them. Not one Democrat demands to go into a prison that's here in the United States and say, let me see how you guys are treating these inmates. Because if they did, and if that was put on the mainstream media, the Democrats would never hold office again.